Hi, I'm Anthony. I'm with Rent to Tread, and today we want to go over with you how to lubricate a silicone-based lubricant for your treadmill. Now, if you have an older treadmill, it's about 2001 is when they switched from a wax system to silicone. If you have older, don't use silicone on it necessarily. Go with the original OEM recommendation of what you use to lubricate it. So we're using silicone to do this, and there are different silicones companies that you can use in different applicating systems. So the one that we use is Lube It or Lose It. I'm going to show you this. Okay, we did a lot of searching around when we decided that we wanted to be able to sell this to people for their maintenance, and we simply chose this one because we really liked the owner. He's a really nice guy. He was very knowledgeable. He took a lot of care in trying to make this as simple for the end user as possible. He priced it at a great price, so we really like him. Now, the silicone that he uses is really no different than the other major suppliers. There's something called a lube and walk. It's a long piece of plastic with foam on it. You drench the foam and you slide it in between the belt and deck system. That's a very effective way of doing it. There's a lot of suppliers that will use very large silicone bottles that they'll sell that you can get online, and you're supposed to supply that in between the two. Now what this company does is it's basically a turkey baster. So it's a really simple idea. You just take this silicone, you put this in there, you suck it up, and what you would do is you would go to the belt, you would just raise one side, you'd reach this under as far as you can, and you would squirt under here, and what it will do is it will leave a little puddle right there. You'd fill it back up, you'd bring it in here again, you'd squirt, and it would leave it about right here underneath. And you do it again on this side. And then you'd walk to the other side of the treadmill, and you would do it to the other side, here, here, and here. And once you turn the treadmill on and run, it will basically leave kind of a slug trail and expand from there. You don't want to do silicone on the side here because it will work its way out here, and it will just end up on the side. And then that can get a bit messy. Generally, you want to do that every 3 to 6 months. This company does a good job of giving you exact directions how to do it on the box. They also give you a instruction sheet in there, which is pretty simple and easy to follow. And on top of that, they did something that I thought was pretty clever. They give you a cleaning solution to clean your running belt, to clean your display, anything else that's on the treadmill. That can be important because lots of times people sweat on it and they never clean it, and then you start getting rust development on little things like nuts and bolts and screws and any imperfections in the powder coat. Now what we're going to do is, since you can imagine getting each little bottle here, if I'm doing this all the time, I might not want to get 100 of these kits. I might want to get a large bottle, which now that I'm looking, I actually left it at our shop. But it's a large bottle about this big, full of silicone. And what I like to do is it's pretty simple. This is probably the fastest and easiest way, but I just take a rubber glove, and I'll take the silicone and I'll end up dropping it on my rubber glove. Now the only downside to doing this is it's good to loosen this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. This is your rear roller. The whole idea of this is your rear roller is perfectly horizontal to your front roller, which is located at the front. And if your belt is basically a big loop, if they're perfectly even to each other, it'll track perfectly, and it's not going to move. Now the only thing keeping this in place is surface tension, and I want to loosen that surface tension so I can get more room in here. And what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you this, I took the front cover off already. And I took that off just so you can see it. You don't have to take covers off. And what you'll see is all treadmills are the same. There's a bolt going through the shaft of a roller. Very basic. Sometimes you'll have a bolt ending, which is not very common, like a hex kind of shape. And then lots of times you have an actual Allen key, which is what we're doing here. So I take that in there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a starting spot. I can make a mark if I want to, or I can find the position that's most close to horizontal, and I can count my revolutions of loosening it. So what I'm going to do is, if I turn it to the right, it's going to be tightening the roller, and it's going to tighten the belt this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn to the left, and I'm going to count about 5 revolutions. So what I'm going to do is, there's 1, there's 2, That's 3, that's 4, that's 5. And then I need to go to the other side. I do exactly the same thing. So when I go to the left, I'm going to go, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since I know it's 5, I know exactly how to retighten it and how many turns I have to make. And now you'll see I've got tons and tons of room here. So I can easily get in there. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take silicone, put it on my palm. I can reach under, flip my hand over, and I can just apply it in big grooves, in big movements like this. And now that whole side is lubricated. I put a little drop on my palm again, maybe about quarter size. What I can do is go to the other side and apply it there. And take my glove and toss it away. That's it. Simple as that. I retighten it 5 turns and I'm done. So it's as simple as that. It's very important that you do that. If you do not do that, you will wear out your belt, you'll wear out the deck, it'll cause your motor to work harder, which in turn will destroy your lower board, which is your #1 failed component on a treadmill. So if you lubricate it, it should solve or keep you from having any problems. So that's it. Thanks so much.